Sometimes when you open a food truck, people tend to make it ridiculously complicated. So today we're going to explore the idea of taking something that's already wonderful and just assembling it into an awesome product. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business.
Go further with the American Express Business Gold Card. Earn 3 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels when you book through AmexTravel.com. Whether your destination is a business conference or a client meeting, your purchases will help you earn more points for future trips. Experience more on your travels with Amex Business Gold. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
What's the temperature like right now up there?
We've got sunny skies and beautiful downtown St. Charles. And today I do believe it's about 60 degrees.
So you're starting to get into that cooler weather where people are going to want the more hearty, the warming foods.
Yep.
The soup will probably do a little bit better as you get closer and closer into what would be winter for you guys. But I definitely would do something like you talked about with the freshly made croutons, because that becomes a selling point. And that sets your soup apart from anybody else's. Even though you're obviously you're making it yourself, a lot of people may not associate that. But when you're talking about your bread that they've already tried because they're eating a sandwich, and then we're making croutons out of that same bread, you're going to love this soup with croutons on it. What you could also do, and what we used to do with end bread or stale bread, is turn it into a bread pudding, because it's a real simple recipe. You bake it, people love it. It's got a little bit of crunchy bits on it. It's sweet, and then a way to not have to throw away bread.
Sorry, excuse me. I'm writing that down.
You're writing that down. Yeah.
I'm writing that down so I don't forget. I didn't even think of that. And I love bread pudding. It's super simple too.
Oh yeah, it is very simple. And it's one of those things that people, it's like mac and cheese, and it's like a grilled cheese that people know a bread pudding.
Mm-hmm.
It's just comfort.
It's familiar. It's super
exactly.
familiar. And that's why I've had a lot of people ask me too, are you going to do mac and cheese? Are you going to do mac and cheese? And I tell people, and forgive me, I may be, going against the grain on this. I don't know. But I tell them no. And they go, why not? You have a cheese truck. How do you not do mac and cheese? How do you not put mac and cheese on a grilled cheese?
Right.
And I go, you know what? Everybody does it. And again, I'm not. It's delightful. It's like the barbecue or the tacos. There's some really good tacos on trucks, really good mac and cheese. I kind of feel like, and again, I don't mean to come off weird or whatever, those people do it great. Let's let them do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have too much on my truck. Again, it's 14x7. Heck, I don't even know if I could fit it. You know what I mean?
And be able to do it well.
Yeah, and then I don't want to lose the quality. I don't want to stick it in a warmer all day and lose. I don't. That's kind of the reason, again, I chose grilled cheese, because I can take the only 2 things I prep for my truck are bacon and grilled onions. Well, and the soup. Everything else I get from local suppliers, and I actually advertise them on 3 sides of my truck. Yeah. If you ever see a picture, it'll say, check out our local suppliers. And I actually tell people, this is where I get my bread. This is where I get my meat. This is where I get my cheese. So with my truck, it's taking something that's already wonderful and assembling it in a way, we use the correct amount we use grassland butter. That stuff's like $6 a pound. Butter is ungodly expensive, I've learned in the past couple of months, especially the good stuff.
Yeah, the real butter.
So I found if you take a few good ingredients and you assemble them correctly and you take your time and you do that, you can do this and you can have a lot of fun with it. God bless, and I love the people, and I see them on your forum all the time. They do so much prep. There's so much, like barbecue. My wife, I got a huge smoker at home. My wife goes, why don't you do barbecue? I go, there's a ton of barbecue around here and it's all delicious. If we want barbecue, we just go get barbecue.
Right.
And I go, you ever notice, like, if I do a brisket or something for a party, how long? I go, it takes 16 hours to cook it all. I don't want to do all that. But I love the people that do, because it's delightful. But yeah, I'm totally stealing that bread pudding idea from you, Bill.
All right. Well, no charge on that.
Thank you.
Let me tell you another idea that came to mind while we're talking about your soup. We have a number of grilled cheese trucks, obviously, here in Florida, and there's one local one that, as a part of their standard build with their cheese sandwich, they give it's either 2 ounces or 3 ounces of a tomato soup, and theirs is just a basic tomato soup, and they put a little seasoning on top to doctor it up a little bit. But I'm pretty sure it's just Campbell's tomato soup.
Campbell's with parsley on it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But that comes automatic with their grilled cheese as a little bit of a dip. It might help to encourage your sales to do something similar. This is our homemade tomato soup. Try it with a sandwich, and if you love it, come back tomorrow and get a whole bowl with the fresh croutons we're going to make. And then it becomes hopefully a suggestive sell that gets them either to encourage you to add that on as hey, for $2 more, I can give you a dip for the sandwich, or for $4 more, I can give you a whole bowl and you can have that with the sandwich.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I serve, and it's like a cardboard clamshell.
Yep.
So I get like the 8-inch ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I have room. We cut the sandwich diagonal. I put in a little piece of foil, pickle, diagonal sandwich, and then chips on the side. That would be if I could get these, like you said, just smaller.
Yep.
Little spoon, throw them right in there. That's a good idea too.
And that'll at least get the samples of your soup out to people.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And then hopefully hook them on it. I think what you'll find, though, is when you get back into the spring next year, the soup sales will naturally dwindle away.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You just start them again in the fall, and then it becomes a product people look forward to. I can't wait till you start the soup again, because you'll start to hear that, September, October. Then that way, you're onto something. If they don't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was just going to say, if people aren't asking about the soup, then you kind of know they don't really want it to begin with.
Yeah. Hasn't been received very well. Yeah, we have, our seasons here around the Chicagoland area, we have fall for like a month. Then someone flips the switch and it's dastardly cold until February, March. and then we get nasty, gross, wet spring for another month. And then we have boiling hot. So we have weird seasons here. They are extreme in nature. So I don't have a ton of gigs this month. I don't think we have much for January or February, because it's just, February is 20 below all month long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 3 feet of snow. It's hard to make a grilled cheese in that, Bill.
Well, it's easy to make the grilled cheese. It's hard to get people to come out and buy it.
Nobody wants to come out and buy it. No. Yeah, they pretty much, food trucks around here in the winter, they shut down.
Really, from about Kentucky north, you have some type of seasonality where you either are crossing your fingers and hoping it's a light winter and you're going to make a little bit of money, or just close and say the heck with it. I'll reopen in March or whatever.
Yeah, we're going to build the next truck. That's what we're doing January, February.
Go. Build the next
truck. Pull the truck in the shop right here, and luckily I have a facility that's heated, so we can get to the shop and work in our shorts in here, which is nice.
So you said you bought that truck last week?
Correct.
How long is it going to take you once you commit yourself to building it out? How long will that take?
Well, I guess it depends, on what we can find and how fast we can find it. The first truck we bought, we went. And I say we, my brother-in-law, he's my business partner. We spent too much money. We spent too much money on the truck, on building it out, because we didn't know. I mean, these things, they don't come with stereo instructions. It's okay. What do we do? So we paid way too much for stainless steel. I think we paid $4,000 for like 7 sheets of stainless steel for the walls.
Well, don't go price it now, because you'll have a hard time.
Oh my God. Yeah, especially around, anywhere around Chicago, everything's expensive. Gas is almost $5 a gallon. So we bought everything new. We bought our prep fridge. That was $2,500.
Right.
The other thing about my truck too, and I remember being on the forum talking about this, and there were a couple people that they weren't real thrilled with this idea. There's no propane on my truck right now. So my griddles, I don't have a hood. I don't have an Ansel system. I don't have propane. My truck runs on 2 8,000-watt Generac generators mounted to the front of my truck, and there is a ramp that you pull down, and I hooked a winch to it, and you can winch them up. But I remember people, they're like, you got to get propane, you got to do this. And I said, well, the griddles are cheaper. So we bought new griddles. I don't want to be at a gig and run out of propane and then try to figure out, well, who's going to come fill my tank or where do I go? My Jennies, or the droids, as I call them, because I named them R2D2 and C3PO. I'm kind of a nerd. I fill them up and I can run 7-8 hours at a time. So where I live, and this again, obviously is regional for whoever's listening. My health department where I live does not consider butter a what do they call it? A grease laden vapor, or whatever that technical term is.
That's the correct
term. I don't have a hood. I mean, I obviously have fire extinguishers in my truck, but I don't have an Ansel system. Building that truck out, we kind of got lucky with that. Again, the grilled cheese kind of saved the day. We didn't have to spend all that money. This new truck that we're going to work on, if we're going to do cheese curds, we need a fryer. We're going to need a hood somewhere. We're going to need fire suppression somewhere. So what we're trying to do now, because we've learned from the first truck, try to find everything used. Mm-hmm. As much as you can. Find used things, because we were all gung-ho about it. And we're like, well, we get a warranty with this. And oh boy. And then we look at the end, we get the bill. We're like, oh, dear Lord. It's nice having new stuff, but on the food truck, and I've learned too, everything moves. Even the stuff that you think that you've bolted down will move. And boy, howdy, will it move. I have learned to do weekly inspections. Grab the tables, just check. Oh my God, give something, man, all I need is for a 150-pound griddle to come loose making a turn. Even after you've bolted everything down, check it every week. Stuff will move. You hit bumps, bumps don't care. So again, long-winded answer. Building that truck was fun. Got a lot of scrapes on the knuckles. If you're going to put a floor glue, you don't need much, because if you use too much, you will wear it. Mm-hmm. And you will wear it forever. But so far, it's been nothing but fun.
Thank you guys for listening today. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the absolute best job that Ken has ever had.
Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow, because I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.